All right, so normally I do my comic book breakdowns all with one video, but as it was going, I kind of had the idea to do the breakdown as like a separate video. So like we can like so basically it would be like a shorter video that people can go on to that
Spotlight of
basically
sort.
yeah, like a spotlight of
Spotlight
sort, yeah.
spotlight. Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, so we're still recording. I'll cut all of this of us talking right here out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I'll do like I'll do like a little another intro saying you're coming back from comic breakdown, and then I'll share my screen, and then we'll go into the breakdown of the page.
Okay. I
Cool,
think that's
cool.
dope, dude. That's fire.
Yeah, I normally do it like as all one, but this was a really good conversation. It was like kind of long, so I want to make this as like a separate thing, so like you can know people can watch the video and then get your experience and everything you went through, and
Yeah.
then they can go to like your comic book breakdown.
Mhm. Okay.
Cool. So I'm gonna do like a small intro, then we'll get started. Cool,
All right, bro. Yeah,
cool.
make sure you get me digging up my nose out of there too, dog. Like you said, you flying up my nose. My beard is overgrown. Everything's like, hey, cuz, like, nah, man.
I hate that feeling. I hate
Not a
that
good look,
feeling.
man. I gotta shave as soon as I get done here, man. My goodness, trash.
All right. All right, cool. So, all right, here we go. Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? Ian is back, like I told y'all, for what I like to call comic book breakdown, where I have creators come on and they break down a page of their comic. So, Ian is back once again. What's up, Ian?
Was good.
What's good, bro? So, I'm going to share this page that we have from Pantheon, Pantheon issue number one,
Mm.
and just tell us what you want to tell us about this page, like what you wanted to show the reader, and things you wanted to depict with this page. And once I hit the share button, it should share. Give it a second.
Yes, sir.
Can you see it?
I sure cannot.
You can't.
Oh, here it is. It popped up right here. Here we go.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. This was one of my favorite pages. I felt like this was a page that was gonna test my salt as a comic book creator, if you will. I'm a huge, like I said, I like old school comic books in general, especially from the early 90s. So, and I love the double page spread, man. I feel like they don't do much of those anymore, unless it's an old school, like you see them mostly in X-Men comics. So that was an idea I was bringing here. And this spread was super important because it kind of gives the reader a history of the Demosians, what their purpose is, what they did. And the main character here you see on the left, Vassell, is speaking and is talking about where and how uh, really the theology of humanity comes from. So if you read that page, you'll kind of get an idea. And it also gives insight as to why Pantheon is called Pantheon, based on this. So that you get that explanation here, and then you'll also get it again in number two. But this was a page where I literally designed, where I figured out the first time the design of the Demosian soldiers, what they would look like, kind of what their ships would look like, some of their ships, and the things that they were doing. As you can see, I drew some pictures of Anubis there, and people worshiping the god. So there's some things in there that kind of lend to the story and how they do it, and learning about lettering, learning about tones. There's some mistakes there definitely that I made. So this page, this spread, like I said, helped me learn a lot and kind of measure up myself as a comic book artist. Even though there's a lot of mistakes on the page, it's still one of my favorite pages, because it was a page of learning for me. And story wise, it's a page that really opened up uh, a lot to the story, and what the meaning behind what this character is about, who his people are about, and what in the future, where the story is going to go. So it really set the tone for the series for me, in my opinion, and was a very important one. So in the trade, I'm gonna come back over this and clean it up and make it look more sexy. But but for now we good. Yeah, some of my former imperfectionist self, kind of broke out in the hives a little bit, but I let it go. I kept it going, and like I said, it's still one of my favorite pages to this day.
That's dope. So with this page, right? Like you said, it kind of like set the tone for your comic. So is everything like you wanted to show for like, future of the comic in this page? Like you said, you got their suits, you got the ship, you got Anubis from the past and stuff like that. Like did this really set everything up to be told in the future comics and everything?
A tiny bit. This more set up showed what the Demosians did when they during the first phase of invasion of Earth.
Mm.
So that's what this is kind of depicting. This is what was in Vasel's mind as he was delivering. Because in this panel, he's speaking to the Concilium,
Mhm.
which is the governing body of Demos, and him being a judge, this is where he's making his proposal to change the course of the Demosian people and where they're going. So in his mind, these were the images that were being played as he was speaking to the Concilium. So you're kind of getting a mind's eye into Vassell, why he feels the way he felt, and what he saw as to why his change of heart actually occurred. So there's a lot of things in here that lend to that. And like I said, you'll have some hints as to why he's named Pantheon, uh, you know, and all of that. So, you see the the pyramid at the bottom. That's my poor attempt at the pyramids of Giza, all that stuff. So but the point has been made. The point is made. He
Right.
drove people going into the pyramids to worship, all of that. So
And
showing
before you continue, I just want to also for anybody who's watching this that didn't watch our previous interview, Ian writes and draws and does the letter for the comic. So everything you see, he did. So he's basically describing, all the artwork that he did on this page. But
yeah,
I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
no, appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, and the lettering was a trip too. As you can see, it's very wordy. This is one of the things I was very fearful of.
Mhm.
Uh the Pantheon series is more story driven and character driven. Of course, there are action scenes, there are scenes of action, but this is very character and story driven. So it is a wordy book. And this is where I had to kind of make a decision. It's like I said, this set the tone for the rest of the book and how it was. This isn't a book you could pick up and read it in 8 minutes, like you can an
Right.
average comic book. You're sitting down. I want to make sure that the reader gets this world. And the spread was one of the ways I felt could do that. Not only will they get immersed in the world, but they go into the mind of Vassell and see how
Mhm.
he's feeling and seeing how he's viewing everything. And like I said, why he's feeling the way he's feeling and why he feels things needed to change and how his people needed to change things because they were in the perfect position to do it. So he's like, why not? Why not?
Okay.
So it's it like I said, it's one of my favorites. I'm looking at it now and I'm saying like, oh my God, look at this title. But I definitely need to revamp this page. But but yeah, I still dig it because it's the first place I go to show people mistakes and all, and people are like, whoa, and so it's enough. It's enough.
Right. Another question I have for you for this page, right? So
Yeah.
this is a double page spread. People may not be able to see that, but this is a double page spread. And in case you don't know what a double page spread, when you open a comic and it's both pages, it's like a connected page, just one full page. So my question is, I know you said you wanted to show a lot with this. Did you think you could show a lot more with a double page spread than just one single page?
Oh, most definitely. This had to when I wrote this scene in the first script. this was going to be a double spread page spread no matter what.
Mm.
I knew that from jump when I wrote it. So if it wasn't a double page spread, it would not have been conveyed properly.
Mm. And
So
why do you say that?
because what the things that one efficiency wise, if I would have tried to fit everything on one page, it wouldn't have been efficient, and it would not have. I would not have. Uh, what's the word? What's the word? I wouldn't have been able to tell the story or what I'm trying to say, convey what I want to say clearly. There you go. I wouldn't have been able to convey what I said, and then that would have forced me to do a flashback thing or something like that. So for the sake of pacing, which is super important to me, all of that, I felt and knew that a double page spread would be more beneficial and much better, especially for pacing reasons. So even though you're looking into the mind of the cell and what he's seeing as he's talking to the concilium, you're also at the same time looking at a flashback because these are events that actually happened. You know, he was a soldier during that first phase invasion of Earth. This is what he saw. So it's kind of killing two birds with a stone. And I love how in comic books you're able to do that in different ways, you know, without having to utilize a flashback like you do in TV shows or something like that. In comic books, you could pull that off doing that here. And so, like I said, when I wrote it, there was no way around it. It was going to be a double page spread all day.
Definitely. And also to more what you were saying, I like that, you know, with like Cal, that's one thing I like about comics. Like you have here. You have your main character Vassell. I'm saying that right? Vassell?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
you have him right here to the left, and you kind of just see his like full body talking, and then off to the side, you kind of see like the imagery of what's going on and what he's talking about. That's one
Yeah.
thing I love with comics that we can do, like you were saying, in like TV shows, which I like. Comics do the same thing. Like they'll have a flashback where like it's just the captions of the person
Right.
talking, and they'll have a flashback, which is pretty dope too. But I also like this in comics where you can have, you know, like the picture of the character in real time talking, and beside them, you can have, you know, you can show the past, the future, you can show something
Yeah.
that's going on at that moment. You can really show anything you want. And I think, you know, and then one reason I asked you that question about the double spread, because that you really can convey that here. You can show that, you can show your character now and also show the past, which also to me, I think is visually capturing. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, you like it's a lot of words, like you kept it real wordy, but it's still visually captivating for somebody reading it. So I
Yeah.
think that is definitely really dope.
Yeah. And striking that balance was hard too, because I was like, you know, on the other, so the page with Vassell, you see
Mhm.
there's a lot more words, there's a lot less going on visually behind you. You
Right.
just pitching the people. But then the next page is just all mostly, you know, visual stuff and with a few words at the bottom. So, you know, me going in and being like, oh man, should I add some more words to kind of balance that? Nah, I can't do that because it's going to cover what I want to show. So, learning that was a learning for me of learning how to balance what worked on a page and what doesn't, you know,
Mm.
that
And
helped me a lot.
then like we talked about in our last interview, you talked about your process. So and right now what it's sounding like is that when you wrote it how it was and it was wordy. And then did you get to the lettering and then see that okay, maybe I need to cut some of this because it's taking too much page space out? Is that what happened?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes too. And that's why I said that's why I don't draw when I do, you know, as soon as I write the script, because there could be some changes there that have to be made. So that's what I was able to do because first off, before I even put anything to paper, I do thumbnails first. I thumbnail the entire book
Mm.
first before I start drawing, you know, doing the pencils, doing the inks and all of that. So I thumbnail and arrange balloons and all of that even before I put that down too. So it's a lot of that stuff. But when it came to the words and everything here, the dialogue, yeah, that's what happened when it came for me to start doing the lettering. I was like, oh my god, like I need to change that. It's like I need to take out some words. I need to, and you can see Vasella is a very eloquent speaker. He's not,
Mhm.
all of the Demosians are. They're very regal people, and this is one of the things I want to show too. The elegance of the Demosians, but at the same time, it's like, wow, they look like this, but they're conquerors. It's like, how does that match up? You know, and there's another full splash page that I have where you see him in the middle of the whole concilium, and it's a whole chamber of people that he's addressing. He's being seen as a giant hologram. And so from outside it looks like, man, these people ain't really that serious. Like, he's in his regal robe, but then all of a sudden you see ships and planets exploding and people bowing, and it's like, how does that mesh up? That makes But again, you'll see later on how again, okay, that's going to make a lot more sense as I reveal more. So this is me as a storyteller, kind of revealing pieces of the Demosian people, and getting, because the planet of Demos and how they operate is a huge part of the story as well. So this is me kind of, the first issue was that background of me breadcrumbing people, introducing people to the world of Demos 9, and the people there, how they operate, how they view things, and then moving on, then the focus to more so the cell once he starts going on Earth. But this is what he had to deal with. This is what he experienced, and that's what I wanted to show here.
No, no, okay. Is there anything else you want to say about this page?
Um, no, except it just needs work, and it's gonna get worked out. And don't be afraid. If you're a comic artist listening to this, don't be afraid to go back, and make changes if you recognize changes need to be made. It's okay. Uh, you know, God, I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff here that just needs to be changed, but and they will be changed. Even the lettering. The lettering here is actually done in bold. I should have made that regular size and highlighting words. And as you go into the future issues, you'll see that I was learning certain things. People would see my book, would tell me certain things, and I would adapt those changes in each successive issue. So my lettering has got a lot better, and all of that, and that's fine. That's This growth process
Bro,
is a
yeah.
huge part of indie comics that is important. It's okay, and it's something that just should be embraced. You know, and if it really sticks you to where you feel like it's really getting on your nerves, then when you get the opportunity, go back and change it. So this is going to be one of those major changes. I'm probably going to go back, redo all the grays. I'm going to redo all the tones. We're going to redo all of that stuff here, and make this look a lot cleaner and a lot better than it does here. But for a first issue, it was a very solid issue. You know, if on the other end of the table as a consumer, if I would have saw this, I would have picked this book up despite the mistakes and all of that, especially if there's an understanding that I get from the creator of how they were doing it. And like I said, I did everything. So, I was still learning so much during this process. And this spread helped me learn a lot. So
That's dope. That's dope.
yeah.
Hey. So, once again, I'd like to thank you for coming on. This has been a dope comic book breakdown. Really dope how, and then it's really dope getting your perspective of it because so far I've done these with mostly writers. So they talk about what they wrote and then why they wrote it like that. With you, it was dope because you got to say, okay, I wrote it like this, then I drew it like this, and then the letter and I did like this. So it was really dope getting your perspective of a page coming from each side of the comic book creating spectrum. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks. Glad you like it. Now, don't
Yeah.
you tell me what you think too, bro? Is it go? I know you read the first issue.
Yeah, I actually have them all right here actually. So hopefully okay, the blue screen,
Oh,
I mean green screen kind of messing them up.
okay. So you
Yeah.
you you own it. Okay.
Yeah, I own it. I'm hella late to make a review on it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Nah,
I think I'm supposed to Ben had did that, but yeah, I got I got all three issues, and I also back to number 4. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm
oh,
a fan. So I'm with you. I'm with
okay,
you on that.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna show
So
you. I'm gonna show you something, fan.
okay.
I show this to a select few. Let me grab my. So when I talk about growth and improving and stuff and getting excited because I'm excited for this first arc to come to a conclusion because it's like man. And one of the things as far as my process is concerned before I start another issue, I always draw the cover first.
Mm,
I do that
set the
because
tone.
like I set a tone. And it's like I do the cover, got to be a story behind it now. So
Right.
that's what I do. Um, so you've seen the cover for 4 on the Kickstarter. This is the variant cover. All right, I'm gonna just my wife's gonna be annoyed, but you know what, girl? I'm trying to show out right now. You just gonna have to be okay with me showing this. So that's the Kickstarter variant cover. It's black
It's
and
a
white.
slight glare, but yes, I can see it.
Oh, you know what? Let me turn this on. And it's glare. Oh, here we go.
There, yeah, I can see it right now. Oh yeah.
So that's the variant cover. It's black and white cover.
I think it fits being black and white. Are you gonna add color to it, or are you gonna keep it that way?
No, let's keep it that way because I got the
Okay.
color one already. You seen the color one. The color one is what's up, and that has the more the city background behind it.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I think the
but the
black
other
and white
one,
definitely is
like
fire. It
yeah,
fits.
it's dark, it's gritty, and that fits the top. So you read issue 3, yeah?
I think I read 1 and 2. I don't know if I read 3
You
yet.
ain't read 3 yet. Nah, you would if you'd have read 3, you'd be like, yeah, I read 3. Yeah. It's cool though. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it because it gets in.
I got it right here. I plan on
Yeah,
reading it tomorrow, and 'cause like I said, I'm late as hell to do a review. I'm late as hell on a lot of reviews, but
it's good, man.
I'm catching up. So that would be one thing
You
I catch up
good.
on to tomorrow.
Don't even trip, bro. Don't even trip. This is that's the cover for issue 5.
Ooh, okay, that's dope. And the characters on the cover, who were they?
Oh, you'll find out. You'll
I
find out.
like that. I
You'll find
like that.
I've got issue 5 and issue 6 cover finished.
Ooh,
So that's what I'm saying. That's how excited I am. And that's this is my first venture into full on writing too. It's like my first like oora. So to know that everything makes sense, people enjoy it, people dig it, it's telling me, okay, you're doing a good job. All right, cool. you know, keeping that momentum. Because again, I have a system, I have a story that's being told, I know exactly where it's going, all of that. So once this first arc is over, I want people to be like, yo, you know, was give me more, you know. I want more. So yeah, yeah. After this first arc is done, too, I will be taking a bit of a break because to kind of you know breathe because man, this will be a 2.5 year project. Doing the first arc of a comic book. I've been putting out issues every 4 months, trying to do
That's
that.
tough. That's
Or
tough.
yeah, yeah. So, I usually take a week to 2 weeks between issues. But this time I'm just like, so I said, once I get done with this one, I'm probably going to take about 3-4 month break, and just woosah, work on some other things. Right now, I'm working on a series right now that's going to be in the Illustrata anthology called Star Runners.
Like the
So
name?
yeah, so Star Runners is a story. It's an 8-page anthology story. It's the beginning of a Star Runner named Roman Tristan. He's so imagine a black Han Solo that
Mm.
thinks he's a smooth dude, but he's pretty obnoxious. But he's smart. He gets himself in scrapes, but he's a cool dude. But he gets caught up in a situation where he's framed for something he didn't do, and his girl actually knows he didn't do it, but is tasked with the task of capturing him and taking him down. So
Okay.
it's a kind of a it's a it's cat and mouse, but at the same time it's them working together because there's something fickle about their relationship where Roman's like, yo, I want to do this, and she's like, I can't right now. I got my career to focus on, you know. And at first it was for, her own, self-worth to, get a career going. But now that this happened, she's really got to focus now because now she's doing it now to prove her man's innocence while at the same time not trying to expose that that's her man. you
Yeah,
know,
that's tough. I like that.
so dealing with that whole story. So that's the deal. That's the story of Star Runners. That's a full sci-fi story. Um, and that's going to be an Illustrata, my anthology book. So that's one of the things too, man. I'm always trying to connect with other people's. Like I know your book, Evora Lay. I need to hit that up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I need to pick that up. But I'm always looking at for writers and artists and stuff to if they want to contribute to the book and whether they want to preview what they got coming out or something like that, or other ideas that they just want to throw out there, that they're not too invested in, but it's something that people might bite and be like, yo, we want to see more of that.
Right.
It could be something. So, you know, I seen you coming out with some cool stuff, man. If down the line you want to throw something in an issue, you know.
Hey, I'll be down. I'll be down. I got
Oh,
like little short stories that I have written out
oh,
too. I would
yeah, man.
definitely be down.
Oh, 6 to 8 pages, you know.
Yes, literally
Yeah.
6 to 8 pages.
Oh, yeah, 6 to 8 pages, man. Throw it in Illustrator too, you know. So that's going to be it's going to be an anthology I'm going to put out twice a year.
Okay.
So the first Illustrator will be out in the spring. Issue one will be out in the spring because I'm kickstarting that, and then I'm gonna start work on getting more artists and gathering them for that, and then start working on issue two to have that one out in the winter of 2025. So, like I said, twice yearly, and I do it twice yearly, so I'm not overwhelmed with that. But I do want a second title within Obsidian Studios, and I'm
Mhm.
like, what better way? Because Illustrata at first was going to be a magazine that I was going to
Mm.
create, where I interview indie creators, talk about their projects and stuff like that. And then somebody was like, that's a little bit too much for you. I think you should pull back. But the idea never went away. I'm like, Illustrator would be fire though. How can I make that a thing? It's like anthology. It's an anthology book. Why not? So I'm still pimping the indie creators. And in each one too, there's pictures and there's a little a blurb, a page was a blurb about the creators too. So
Mm.
they talk about themselves and stuff like that.
Get
So
themselves out
how
there.
to get to talk about, yeah, how to contact them, how to get a hold of them. Because then hopefully too, it'll be a source to where other writers and indie creators can, yo, I heard you did this. I saw you working on Illustrata. I think it'd be dope to work with or whatever. So I'm kind of building all of that. I'm trying to use Illustrator as a way to connect other indies with each other, you know,
Build
get
a
them.
community.
Yeah, yeah. Because like I say, man, we in a renaissance, dude. That is fire. And
Yes.
let's go, man. And let me tell you something, man. I'm a huge Rippaverse fan. So I've been really following that that dude and how he does stuff too. And I'm not trying to be Rippaverse, but I mean, my own, little small deal of it, just building that. He's not about building community. I want to build my version of that by building a community,
Right.
a network and a resources of indie artists that are just all over, not just here in Texas, because I'm in Texas right now, but but all over, man. Just finding and scouting talent and making it hot, making something dope, that people will want to see and read, man. So
Hey,
that's
that
awesome.
sounds dope.
Yeah,
That
man. I'd
all
love to
sounds
have your
good.
I'd love to have some stuff from you, man, because where you were based out of? You out of
Maryland.
Maryland. That's what I thought. Okay.
I'm
So
all the way on the other side.
yeah. Yeah. So that'd be sick to have, some stuff out of state too, and just get everybody in it. Get everybody in it. You're here. So
Yeah,
anyway, so yeah,
yeah,
man. This was a lot of fun, bro. How
yeah.
long you been doing? I mean, I got a bunch of questions to ask you. This is the first time we talked legit. Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing these interviews for like a good little bit, just talking to creators and getting their experience and stuff. It's kind of just like a way for experience for creators to get their experiences out there and other creators to learn from their experiences. So
mhm.
like people to watch these that want to get into comic book creating, that these things will help them from people that are currently in comic books and are have recently just started making comic books. So yeah,
Cool,
these interviews have been pretty dope.
nice, man. I got a question. Would you mind, um, two things? One, create some content for my school, for my art academy. Putting some stuff in, be like, yo, this is my man from Yo and there. Man, give me your name one more time, because I've been calling you dog, bruh, everything all night.
My real name is Malcolm.
Malcolm. There it is.
Yeah.
Malcolm. Yeah. So yeah, I like to have, because the thing is, I want to have other indie creators too, giving
Mhm.
lessons and some courses or some tips and some video content that people could look at and be a part of and be like, do that. I think that would be super dope. I want to add some, because they're like, oh, how come you don't just make a Facebook group? I have a Facebook group, but you know, it's not the same thing. I want to build something where the people that's serious about it, and there's dope actual content that they can utilize and
Mhm.
learn from and get something out of it. So that'd be great if you could, if you'd be down to do like a quick little lesson or just an interview of some sort where you talk about, or a lecture where you're talking about something. you know that'd be dope.
I'm
I
definitely be down, dude. We can definitely talk about that. I'm
Okay.
definitely be down to do something like that.
Oh, cool. Right now my school starts at $1, so it's $12 a year, but then after that I'm gonna knock it up pretty huge once the party starts, because it's I want to build a very solid, legit community, and a group of resources that everybody can use, everybody can learn from each other, and all of that. um and I want it to be worth it. So I mean, I don't expect to have thousands of people. I'll be happy with just 100 people, so 100 solid people that are like, this is the business. This is the best thing to be a part of. But that's why I made it paid too, because those who pay are more apt to take it seriously.
Serious, yeah.
You know, also too, there's less likely for a bot from Nigeria asking you how you want to, if they can help you launch your comic book or teach you how to create a comic book. God, man, that
I
that
hate those. I
so
hate
much.
those.
Send you a private message. Hey, I have an opportunity. Can we talk?
Right. We
No, no, we can't talk. No, I don't want to know your culture. I don't care. Yeah.
I be hating
So,
them bots, bro. I hate them joints. I get a
man,
message every day from them.
real. Man, as soon as I hit the Kickstarter button, start my campaign. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
20 of them right there.
It's like, where were you at before the campaign started? I said I was putting on a Kickstarter. You weren't paying attention. Now I hit the start. You want to ask me stuff now?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have money. Why do you think I'm doing a Kickstarter? Why would I pay you if I don't got money? If I have money, I'll be funding my own comic book, not
Exactly. I wouldn't be on Kickstarter.
yeah. Stupid. Like, come on now.
That's triggering.
So yeah, man, I'd love for you to check it out though when you get the shot. I'll put it in the chat here. And
Matter of
then
fact, don't put it in the chat. Email me.
oh, okay.
That'll be
Uh,
way easier for me to get it because it'll be in my email.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Hey, but once again, man, thank you for coming on to these. Thank you for doing the conversation, and thank you for
Yeah,
doing the comic book breakdown. This
for the
been
invite.
dope.
It
Hey,
was a
no
lot of
problem.
fun. I
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
friend that says, "Man, these are so much. They're so annoying. I can't. I hate doing podcast interviews." I'm like, I
You get
like
to
them.
talk. You just get to
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, yeah. It's fun to me. So, but
Yeah.
nah, man, I appreciate you letting me on and let me run my mouth and talk about myself.
Hey, no problem. No problem at all. And thank y'all for watching. It's been another episode of Yo a Nerd, Conversation with Creators and Comic Book Breakdown. So thank y'all for watching.
Take care, man.